Hey everyone, I'm here with Alma, my friend. She's Dutch as well. So we will do this in English though, but forgive us when we make kind of errors here and there. It's about the message, not about how correct our English is. And Alma is here because she is a rock star in creating money for herself. You can say attracting, you can say creating, you can say whatever you want. This lady knows how to be abundant in overflow. And so I can learn from her for sure. And you also can learn from her if money is a topic that you're looking to explore and flow more of into your reality or create more of whatever, however you want to call it. So that's why Alma is here. Hi.
Hi. Well, thank you for the great introduction. I've never been introduced like that, but I love it. So,
Well, so yeah, let's get it. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. And the reason is because my belief system is, and you know, but like the people that watch this might watch it for the first time, they might not know, whatever. I'm going to explain why I'm going to ask you the questions the way I'm going to ask you the questions. My frame of reality is, and my belief is, that we create our life experience from our beliefs, from what we believe to be true. So it's not, it just happens, and because that's just the way how life is, and this is true for everyone, so it's true for me. No, it is a belief. And so my belief is that you have ingrained beliefs that are so normal that money is easy for you and that money is always in, but we will see what your beliefs are. So that's the direction of this interview. And you're a coach as well. Let's speak shortly about your program, which is coming up at the end, maybe, if it feels good. If not, also fine. Let's get into the first question. I'm
yes,
so excited about this.
me too.
Okay, so when growing up, Alma, do you feel that you were always surrounded in an abundant environment?
Ooh, yes and no. Yes and no.
Okay.
Um, because as you were just introducing me and we were talking already about beliefs, what came to my mind was that my beliefs that I have about money and the family that I raised in, my parents and my brother, they are totally different. And
Mm.
so it has not so much to do with the amounts of money that we have, but with our attitude towards money.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that is
for sure.
something that you already have as a kid. So my brother and me were brought up in the same household with the
Yeah,
same, most of the time, same amount of money. It's like when you have a birthday or there were like occasions that you get money from your parents, we both get the same amount.
yeah.
But the way we treated the money was total opposite. So my brother
Oh,
is like Dagobert Duck, the uncle of
frugal.
Donald Duck. He
Yeah,
has a
frugal.
warehouse
Yeah,
with money. He's always
yeah,
stacking money. He
yeah,
still
yeah,
is until this day.
yeah,
So
yeah.
he's having money and he's making money, but he keeps it and he's afraid to spend it. And for me, it's always in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out.
But
And
tell me, wait. So in and out, yes, but I want you to clarify a bit more. So does this mean that you were never afraid to spend money? What do you mean with in and out?
yeah, I was never afraid to spend money. And sometimes I even spend it before I even got it, and that's still up to today. So it's really about I see money as a tool
Yeah.
and not something to keep. And
wait, because this is so normal for you. So that's why I'm going to pause you.
yes,
Okay, so you see it as a tool, but and when you were little, like can you go back into your memory, like when you were a little girl and you received money, like what happened? Were you like, nice, now I can buy this thing? Like what happened?
I
Walk
didn't
us
care
through.
about the money. I cared about what I wanted to do with it.
Ah,
So my brother, I keep him as a reference, and even my parents maybe, he was happy that he got money. And I was only thinking, oh, I'm going to buy candy.
I love this.
So
And
I was attracting candy. He was attracting money.
oh,
And
Alma.
that's still
Yeah.
up on today. So I'm not attracting money. I'm attracting the things that I do with it.
This is, I think we can stop with the interview. I think this is the essence. But let's keep on talking because I
Yes.
love this. Do you, I don't know if you saw it. I posted a clip from Matthias Stefano, or I put it in the group that we used to be a part of together. I stepped out of the group, doesn't matter, blah, blah. Matthias Stefano, he gave the example that whenever he would get money, he would always spend it and do nice things with friends. And he was like, yeah, because I love experiences and I love to do this and I love to treat my friends. And I love how you said that, because that is so key. And the teachers, Abraham Hicks, I think also teaches us, but you know better because you know them better, also teaches us, like, think of what you will do with the money, right?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And so because this is my natural way to use money, so I actually have built protection systems for myself to keep money for a rainy day. Because this is my attitude. If you give me, let's say, 10,000 euros, I can spend it in 5 minutes, because it's not about the money, it's what I'm going to do with it. And I can be pretty unconscious about it. Let's put it that way. Like really just spend it without thinking. And then there's stuff coming up and I'm like, might be better if I just kept some, because this is also something that I needed for like a commitment or something. So I've built in systems for myself to protect myself. So
Can I pause you again?
yes, of course.
Just for everyone, because the people that feel drawn to my channel and feel drawn to my message, and I'm also going to give this message. So the protection is not necessary. That's what all the teachers say, but it is about you feeling safe. So if it feels good, then it's good to have it in an account that you feel safe, because the safety feeling is what creates enough.
So the protection is not about not having enough or having the lack mindset. The protection, I use the word protection, we can use the system that I've created.
Yes, system is better.
So I don't have to think about it. So I'm an entrepreneur. So that means that for every euro that I make, I have a commitment to pay taxes, for example, or other things that I use for my company, right? Like commitments to insurance, commitment to a program, Zoom program, software program, things like that. So what I do, for example, in my business is that when I get a payment, when an invoice is paid, I already put some money in a different bank account that is reserved for the tax office. And I have another little bank account for investments that I want to do. Like, for
So it's a
example,
system. You have a
yes, that's
system.
my system. And
Yeah.
so this system helps me. I never have to think about taxes, because when I get an invoice, I put a certain amount aside, so I can, what's left over, I can just spend.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah.
can, and so that's my
your
system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just to go back to the and I love how you, because this is personal to you and for everyone
Yes.
watching, everyone has their own preferred method.
Yes.
And
Yes.
some people are so trusting the universe that they don't need a system whatsoever. Other people are so not trusting that they hold on to money and I have to have that much in my, otherwise I don't feel safe. So it is completely personal and it is whatever works for you. And if you are someone who is looking to create even more abundance, because all of us are abundant, period. If you can watch this interview, you are abundant. You are, because you have a device to look it on. You have internet. Maybe you're in a cafe, you don't have money for internet at home, but so there is abundance. If you're looking to create even more abundance in your life, then Alma's tips might help you get on your way. And then gradually as you go, start to feel more into what works for you. And maybe that is how Alma sets up her systems. Maybe that's something else because it's
Yes.
personal to you always.
And what I want to add to that, what works for me, and this is the reason why I have this system, the less I think about it, the easier it is. So if I don't have this system, let's say putting the tax money aside or for other commitments,
Yeah.
then it means that at some point in a year, I have to think about the tax money because they will come, right? And so it puts, for me, it puts pressure on me.
Yeah.
And if I don't have to think about it, it's easier for me to create and to receive.
It's about the ease.
It's about the ease. And so, yes, it's very personal. And what I also want to add is that feeling rich and feeling abundant is very different for many people.
Yeah.
So I know people who think wealthiness or richness or abundance is about being able to buy diamonds. That's their symbol of
Their frame. Yeah.
wealth.
Yeah.
And for me, I don't care about diamonds. So for me, that's not about feeling wealthy or rich. So you have to look into your own preferences. What is it that makes you feel rich? And I that's something that I do think about. So I'm not thinking about the money, but I do think what makes me feel rich and wealthy.
Can I pause you again? Because I get goosebumps from this. So for me, that's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
This is perfect tip.
And
Yeah.
in that area, be specific. So for me, is feeling rich is going to a fancy restaurant with 3 or 4 people and pick up the bill, and give a treat because
When are we going? When are we going? No,
you
kidding.
tell
I'm
me, you tell me, but that, and not even thinking about the amount, just
Yes.
everybody order
I
what
love
you
that.
want, have an amazing evening, and then somebody, at the end of the beautiful evening, you say, oh, it's on me. I love that. That's
love
feeling rich. And going on the cruises with Abraham Hicks, that's for me feeling rich, but it's also just as simple. Just go to a coffee store and buy coffee without thinking about it. It's not about big things or big amounts. It's about what makes you feel rich. And
I have that. I have this feeling of richness, like with when I treat myself to simple things like coffee or a beautiful new nail polish, or, something that doesn't break the bank and it still feels abundant and like, oh, I do this for myself. And I have it also when I do groceries without looking at the price of anything.
But
Look, I want this,
yes.
Yeah.
And my dear Victoria, you can go to the gym whenever you want. I
Mm.
mean, if that isn't wealth,
Yeah,
I
but
don't
it's
know what
not.
is.
Yeah. Okay, so this is interesting. It makes me feel so for me, and I would love to hear what money is for you. I think I have an idea, but I want to hear it for you. For me, money is freedom. Money is freedom. And I love working out so much and spending hours on end, working my body into a sweat, into a stretch, into a bigger bicep curl. I love that. And that's freedom for me. So for me, that is then how it ties in with abundance. But for me, the money part, the really feeling, I think today, because it's always kind of like steps on a ladder, right? We get it more and more and more and more. I understand myself better and better and better and better. And today, for the first time in a long time, I allowed myself even more pleasure and fun in the gym, because usually I still go away like thinking, I think I should go now because I've been here a long time. And I thought, no. And I had a sauna and I did so much, Alma. And so I felt so rich and wealthy. I came home, the skirt that was missing was there all of a sudden. One of my best friends gave me a call to discuss something. Another friend called me. It's like I'm performing tonight. So all of these things are coming together because there's no linear time. There's only simultaneous time. And I feel that this feeling that you were just speaking about, this feeling of richness, this feeling of abundance, and not just abundance, but richness, that's what creates all the fun things in our lives. And I'm giving the mic back to you.
Yes, and you were talking about how it's giving you freedom. For me, it's also because I agree with that. There's great freedom in that, but it's easy. I think that's, and maybe a better word is even convenient. It's so
Yeah,
easy to have money to spend, and especially if you have extra money to spend. So
yeah,
not just to get by, but
yeah,
extra money. Like,
yeah,
oh, I have
yeah,
money. What can I do with it? I mean,
yeah, yeah,
wow, that's
yeah.
so, and it's about having options, you know? I
Yeah.
can do this or
Choices.
this and this and this and this and this and this and this.
Yeah,
And that's it's fun. It's
yeah,
easy, it's
yeah.
fun, it's
I can
freedom,
feel
it's
that.
options, you can play, you can do whatever you want with it.
I
So
love that. Yeah, yeah.
yes.
And I hope it comes, because I just had a question for you. Yeah. Mhm. I have a question for you, for the coach you and for the non-coach you. Do you believe that the amount of money you have is tied in with worthiness, how worthy you feel of money?
Wow.
I feel it's a no already, because otherwise you would have, but
I really have to think about it. So it's not in the state that I'm in. So I do think that because the main source of income for me is coming from my business as an HR professional. So it's a corporate business role that I'm playing.
Yeah.
And I do believe that there is some belief still that it is like, you know, I'm already doing this for a long period of time, and I know I'm very good at this job. And I do think that there can be a tie to wordiness. It's like when I'm in negotiation with companies and I have to tell them my fee, I'm not even thinking about it. This is just my fee because that's, you know, I'm doing this job. This is what people pay somebody with my experience, my background, and that's not even a topic. So yes, I do think there is an aspect of wordiness.
And confidence.
However, and it has to do with the story that you tell yourself. So it has nothing to do with feeling worthy, it's the story. And so if you ask me about the story of Alma, the HR professional, it's a very solid story that I know what I bring to the table. I know what I have to offer to a client and a customer. And so the price that they pay for me in exchange for my energy and my time, it's set in stone.
Yeah.
If you ask me to do another job or a new job, which is not, the story is not that solid yet because I'm still, you know, working on its story. For me as the owner of a startup company, Alma.nl, where I, you know, create these programs that I'm selling, that's a whole different ball game because that's a relatively new story. And it's a story that I feel coming from within. It's the work that I'm doing there, I'm so unbelievably proud of, and it's coming from the core of who I am. But it is new, it is fresh, it's not as set in stone as it is the other part.
Okay, I'm gonna pause. Yeah, thank you so much. Very valuable. And already a lot of things come up because I don't know if this is part of your belief system, Alma. So mine is there is no linear time, there's only simultaneous time. Which means for me, there is a version for you of you that is already super successful in Alma.nl.
Yeah, of course.
And that is already making shitloads because it's your frequency. You know the frequency because it has nothing to do with the avenue that it comes through. You hold the frequency of being able, this is my perspective, you might have a different one and I'm curious to hear. You're able to hold this amount of money because it suits you. And the backstory is it comes through HR, and I believe this, and I believe that to be true too. And you can release yourself from it and go to the frequency. But that's my idea.
Yeah, so Abraham has a new, I think, let's say the metaphor or a new topic that they came up with the last workshop that I've attended. And they said, it's ask yourself, how do I present myself to the law of attraction? And I translate that in what is the story that I'm telling? So am I telling the story that I'm telling to the universe and thus to other people as well? Am I telling the story of a broke person? Like, you know, it's hard to make money. Is that what I'm presenting? Because then that's what I'm getting back. Or am I presenting myself as, you know what, money always comes easy to me. I know how I did it in this field. I will figure it out in this field as well. So it's really all about the story and thus the presentation that we give to the universe and to ourselves. So if we talk
the elevator pitch.
Exactly. I actually, when they said presentation, I'm a boomer. I even think about the PowerPoint presentation, right? This is like the poor version. Am I presenting the poor version to the universe, or am I? And don't make it up. So don't say, "Oh, I'm wealthy," when you don't feel like it. Make it believable for yourself. So
Yeah.
for me, if I would say, with Alma now, I'm making millions of dollars. I'm not believing it. I'm
Yeah.
not believing it. So for me, it's easier to say, you know what? I figured it out before. I'm pretty successful with that. I will figure it out now as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's true, and I can feel it and I can
And you
reach
feel
it.
easy. Yeah. And you feel the ease. Yeah.
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 So it's all about that. And then for me, it's like like I said in the beginning, for me, it's the easiest if I make systems for myself that I don't have to think about it.
Yeah.
Because if I have to think about it, there will be doubt, and
Yeah.
because money is something we can it's a topic that it's hard to ignore. So make it for yourself as easy as
Yeah.
possible,
Yeah.
and be playful with it. So
Yeah.
that's why I create systems for myself that I don't have to think about it and I can just enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's about not putting yourself in a position that you might be stressed in the
Yes,
future. So
yes,
it's all about being resistance free.
yes, yes, exactly. That's
Yeah.
basically that's the practice that we have to do day by day by day by day, because
Yeah.
that's the way to
Resistance.
alignment and
Yeah.
receiving
Yeah.
and being happy.
And taking small steps, right? Instead
Yes.
of thinking I need to jump from A to Y, go from A to B, maybe from A to D, but don't make a bigger jump than that, because it's like I will definitely make more videos about this, because I haven't really heard anyone speak about it so clearly yet personally. Is that your nervous system, your physical body, your nervous system isn't yet tuned to why you
That
need,
that's why many people who win a lottery, and there's even a lot of studies about it,
and then lose it
that
all.
won the lottery who end up in debt
Yeah.
because they are simply not comfortable with the step that has been taken. It's from A to an all different ball game. It's not even the alphabet anymore. So
Yeah.
it's really, and that's why I said, don't try to affirm a belief that brings doubt in you. So it's try to find the words that are uplifting, and but it's still
Yeah.
believable for you. So if you say to yourself, I'm not there yet, but I will figure it out, it's way easier to believe today than when you say, I have millions, when you have a credit card debt of $15,000, you know? So,
Yeah.
so don't go there, because your mind will
Yeah.
not, you can have fun for a day with it, but tomorrow
Yeah.
you won't believe it. So
Yeah.
take it easy, take it easy. You will get there. You will get
Yeah.
there, but take the next step and the next step and the next step.
Yeah.
And today you tell yourself, I will figure it out. And then tomorrow, if you actually made some money, you say, see, I can do this. I got this.
Yeah.
And build on from that. And I think it's also very important to understand everything is relative. So it's all about perspective. So I had a little bit luck this week that I
Is it
got
luck? Is it
yeah,
luck?
well, whatever you want to call it. I had a little tax return this week, and I got, for me, a substantial amount of money that's coming back to me. It's
Also
like,
for me, it's a pretty big amount.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I got money back, and let's say it like this. Let's say I got 10,000 euros back, and then I was like, ooh, ooh. I was happy with it. And then I had a meeting with a friend and we had dinner. And she is in a whole different area in her life. And she said, "Oh, I'm so lucky. I got a report from the tax office and I don't have to pay income tax." And I was very happy with it because it was a substantial amount and it was 500,000 US dollars. So $500,000. And yeah, oh my God. Yeah. So, and I thought, well, I know who's paying for dinner tonight. It's not me. No, but what I want to say with this story is that everything is relative, and you can be happy with 50 euros today,
Yeah, for sure.
and
I
somebody else
found
thinks,
2 euros. I found 2 euros walking on the streets. I was super happy. I thought, this
yes,
is cool.
and
I
be
love
happy
it.
with, yes, and be happy with it, and enjoy it,
Yeah,
and spend it, and have fun with it, because if you disregard the things that are seemingly small, you will not ever be ready for the big amounts.
yeah, for sure. Last question, also because I have another meeting to get to, and because I love to keep it short and snappy, and it's
Yes.
like it's already full of so much gold. And I think what you started with, for me, that is really the essence. Like, you are not making or attracting money, you're attracting experiences. You said it
Yes.
differently, but
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So what tip would you give to someone like your brother who is afraid to spend money and collecting and not feeling comfortable spending it? What would you tell them? Because the jump shouldn't be too big, right? From all of a sudden being afraid to, I can freely spend, I'm so easy. Yeah. What would you say to them?
Well, actually, I wouldn't say anything, because we all have our own life experience, right? And everybody deserves their experience and they get to choose. And if this is what works for him,
Yeah.
then
Okay. Oh no. Then maybe I should give something extra. So not your brother. Let's say me.
yeah.
I want to change my money
Mm.
story, and I am scared to spend money. What advice would you give me? So I want to be more like you.
Okay, so first find a vibrational place, because if, let's say, the candy, because that's where it started for me as a kid,
Yeah.
if the candy is more appealing than the money, you will go for the candy.
Yeah.
So find what is more appealing than keeping the money.
I love that. Yeah, for
Yeah.
me, it's freedom. Like nothing will ever be more appealing to me than freedom.
I get it. And yeah. And so if there is a part of you, which also goes for me, that is putting aside money so you can have freedom at a later moment in time,
Yeah.
then still do it. But
Yeah.
then allow yourself, so cut the money you have and cut it in two, like I do with my little system, and put half of it aside, and the other half, enjoy the hell out of it.
Yeah. I really believe that too. And it's so funny that my program that I sometimes do things with and sometimes not is called Hello Freedom, Goodbye Fear. And on that note, would you like to say something about your upcoming program already, or shall we do a different interview for that?
Well, I can tell you a little bit about it. It's now at this moment, our lovely friend Ayla is editing it, so that's really exciting. And my program is called Essentials for a better feeling reality.
Yeah.
And it is really the essentials. So when we listen to all of these great teachers like Abraham Hicks, but also Joe Dispenza or Neville Goddard or all the other amazing teachers, some of the teachings might feel a little bit out there and abstract even. And so I brought it down to in this case, 5 essential tools that are so easy, but bring instant better feeling to you. And if you practice it during the day, when you're waiting for the train, or even when you're driving your car or wherever you are, and if you practice it, and it's just lifting a little bit, it's lifting a little bit, and it's very practical, it's down to earth, it's easy, anybody can do it, but it brings instant relief.
And that's what the game is about.
That's what the game is about. And so there's a practical side to it. You can just play with it. And I have some very short videos to just explain to you why these things work, because it's all our brain. It's all about giving our brain something to do so the magic can happen.
Yeah. Oh man, Alma, I love the name too, Essentials. What a brilliant idea. Okay, so if people are interested in that, it will be up on alma.nl.
It's alma.nl, it's the Instagram account. And when you go to my Instagram account, you have a link to the Stand store and you can just buy it and enjoy it. Yes.
Super cool. Okay, so I'll put your Instagram handle in the description. Thank you so much for this.
Yes. So I'm so honored that you invited me for this interview, and I loved having this conversation with you. And for all of your viewers, have a great experience with this.
Yes, and on that note, I'm saying goodbye. I trust that you enjoyed it, this video, and because you are here watching it. I would also say watch it again a couple of times or listen to it. You don't have to watch it. Listen to it. My experience is I always hear new things whenever I'm ready to hear them. And yeah, you're doing perfect. See you in the next piece.